getting in the process of getting ready to harvest my potatoes, but as you can see, before I can harvest them, I need to knock down some of these weeds before I run my tiller through them. I'm gonna take before and after pictures today if I don't get too hot. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my wagon up and down these rows a couple times and knock down some of the big weeds. I'm gonna come back with my machete and hoe and knock them down even more. I usually walk every morning to do my cardio, but this morning I decided to. Here's my cardio machine right here, knocking down these weeds. Or shall I say, this is my cardio, knocking down my weeds. My first Yukon Gold white potato. If you notice, it has a little green on it. That's actually, I'd mentioned earlier in one of the posts or one of the shorts how potatoes can get sunburned. So I accidentally ran over this one while breaking up my garden, and I picked it up, and you can see how it has a little sunburn on it, which is why I try to keep the straw and dirt on top of it. One more thing about the green on the potato. From what I've been told, it'll make you sick if you eat it, so what I would do is cut it out and eat around it. And you can see where my tiller hit the potato, so I'm gonna cut it out and I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna waste it. I was talking about, which lets me know they're still making potatoes. This is actually the white ones are the Yukon Gold, and the purple ones that I mentioned earlier are actually the red potatoes.
It's been a few days since I've been out here. Jeffrey's been taking care of everything, so it was a nice little break. I waited till late evening before I could get out here because the heat index today was triple digits again. But you can see the weeds, as I have stated, have really taken over. What we're gonna try to do within the next week or so is to pick all the green beans we can pick, and then we're just gonna pull the plants up, as well as the cucumbers and the squash and zucchini. But I'm gonna get out here real quick and see what I can find. Looks like Jeffrey ran the tiller through these two aisles here, and he's gonna get a weed eater, he said, to go in between the okra, because the okra we can keep up until there's a hard frost. It'll keep producing. That's why I'm trying to keep that cut. And we're also going to keep the peppers, this aisle here, because they can survive too until we have a hard frost. This is proof and evidence that things want to grow. You can see the weeds here where they've overtaken the squash, but another piece of the squash plant has branched out. It's amazing. I have a few red tomatoes here. I picked two others, but they were just so eaten with a worm or whatever, I just had to pitch those. And I have a pocket full of the cherry tomatoes. I guess we're just not gonna get that many tomatoes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make chow chow this year or not, but we'll see. It's supposed to rain tonight, so hopefully this will help the tomatoes. This is what I have tonight. I pulled up 5 red onions. I have a few red tomatoes, and some of the green tomatoes had fallen off the vine, so I went ahead and picked those up. And then I have a nice little mess of cucumbers, so I may do another run of pickles. I've got squash. I picked a green pepper. Have some jalapeno peppers in here too. You know, I went to the store the other day, and it just felt so good that the majority of the food that I would typically buy, I didn't have to buy because my brother and I have been growing it in our garden. This is the first time I'm getting a chance to put some squash away. I've got more cucumbers over here I'm gonna make some more pickles out of, but I'm gonna get this squash cleaned, and I'm gonna cut it up and freeze it. They don't feel as hard as they had been feeling. Still kind of tart, but I think they're almost ready to pick. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. I got online yesterday because my grapes, they're getting softer. They're still really tart, but I know they're gonna be ready to pick. But I looked and it said that the vine, this part here, has to start turning brown. And as you can see, that still has a, let's see, still has, let's see, I'm trying to get you a picture of it. Well, you can see on this one, it's still green. So when this part here starts turning brown, then they'll be ready to cut. I'm out here picking this morning. This is what I have so far. I had to throw a lot of the yellow squash away because they were just too big and grown and hard. But the majority of those plants have died back so far. But I was able to pick 3 medium-sized red tomatoes. I'm gonna get out of here and concentrate on the green beans. What I'm gonna do is pull those up and just start picking the green beans off of those, and I'm gonna check the cucumbers and see what we have there and probably start pulling those up as well. Picked a few eggplant, onions, and a few more cucumbers. Went ahead and pulled up the onions that I could see. There's still another row that may have some onions in them, but the weeds are so high and I don't have my boots on, so I'll let Jeffrey get to those for us. I pulled up onions today. I cut okra. I cut some green peppers. I also cut up some jalapenos, picked some Thai peppers, picked green beans, and picked a few cucumbers. I went ahead and pulled up all the cucumber plants and pulled up the cages, pulled up the green bean plants. So within the next few days, Jeffrey's gonna till that area. And also, I guess Jeffrey's gonna dig up a few potatoes and see what we have here. We're gonna really plan on doing this within the next few days, but I guess he's just seeing how things look. Oh, it's got a few here. This out of the way. Looking good. That's a nice one there.
I've already pulled my straw back. Right here was a little mound. Okay, what I've done, I've pulled my straw back here, as you can see. And I know I had some potatoes on top, but always, just in case, I like to, as you can see, where it kind of like where the mound was at, I like to take my shovel and put it in at a 45. Just to see, because there's a chance that you always left another potato or something in there. So you like to do it on both sides. So far it doesn't look like anything. So I move on to the next one.
And I can see potatoes
I've
right
moved
now.
my straw back here. And if you watch some of my earlier videos where you don't have to dig as deep by using straw, you pull your plant up. And as you can see,
now there's a little potato on that plant
move
you
your
just
dirt
threw.
away, and you see more potatoes that I have.
That one
I
you
still have more right here. I'm going to move this dirt away. Take my broken leaf rake and kind of scratch the dirt around. And if you can see potatoes right there. I can. Got to dig them a little bit. As you can see, this is a lot less labor than it would be by digging them, by using the straw. And if you go back and watch our earlier videos, you'll know what I'm talking about, why I put the straw down. Where's another potato?
right there.
Still video?
Yeah.
So you just move this straw back. Now I have found some, this end right here, this low end where we're at, is where a ditch was at. So when it rained, this is where the water collected. And I'll show you a couple of the
Ones that were rotten.
ones that were rotted. Nice potatoes, but like I said, this end down here is where the water collected.
Yeah, I think I have a video too where the water was sitting when we were getting all that rain.
What you want to do is take your dirt off and kind of get it off so it doesn't, you don't want wet mud. See, I got a spot right there that's kind of turning bad, so you want to kind of get that mud out.
Well, put the ones that are like have a little moisture on them on the other end, and then we can eat those right away.
No, you can't. You gotta let them things green up or brown up for about 7 days before you. So as you can see, I got another plant right here. Well, I just hit a potato. There it is. Like I said, using this straw is a whole lot easier for me.
You want me to get a bushel basket?
For what? You don't want to stack them on? You want them separate?
I mean, and then you could put them over here.
No, I got my thing right here. Okay, I got a plant right here. I don't know if you can see it, but you see as I'm moving the rake away, you're seeing potatoes pop out in the pier. So what you want to do where your root is just go ahead and pull it up. Like I said, you got to get your hands a little dirty. But as you can see, it's worth it. And this is probably from 2 plants right here, what that's produced. Another one.
Oh, I see another little bitty. I'm gonna let him finish this. I'm gonna check the rest of the garden. I pulled up the cucumber plants, pulled up the cages. So all of this area over through here is gonna be tilled up. And this area here where the peas were, Jeffrey went through it this morning and he said he didn't really see that many peas. So we didn't vine them or stake them so they would vine up on a trellis or something. So we're gonna go ahead and just pull those up because we're gonna plant greens, and the way they vine and move and go out, we don't want them in between the greens. He's running out of time work-wise on his schedule to really till up the garden like he wants to. So he's gonna have a guy come out with his tractor and work the ground up for him. At first, the black-eyed peas were really producing, and then they just kind of died off too. This has just really been an off year for us garden-wise. I haven't been able to put up very much this year at all. So it's just one of those years. Luckily, I have enough tomato sauce and I think tomatoes to last me. I'll be able to make a little bit with tomatoes, but not anything like I'm used to in typical years. Jeffrey went through in between the okra where the weeds had really grown up and he started chopping those down, so it makes it a little easier to cut the okra. All this area here is going to be tilled up. Not from the okra. The big tall plants are the okra. From the okra on this way, it's going to be tilled up. Oh, he's got a few more. I see some red potatoes there. So how are we going to store these this year?
Did you go in the building?
No.
We've got shelves. Go look in the building. You'll see the shelf I put in there.
Oh, okay.
For right now.
All right.
So y'all want to get these dug? Because he's coming to break up next Saturday.
All right. And this whole row here are potatoes. We have a little area right here in the shed, and we're going to store the potatoes on all 3 shelves. And then we have a little bin here. We may have more potatoes to put away, but we'll figure out other places to put them. I can take some home and put in my basement. I have a dark area in the basement that I can put them up. But for now, that's the plan. The corn is starting to tassel, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to pull it up because we only have, what, 4 or 5 stalks. They came up involuntarily. That's where we had it last year. And Jeffrey decided we weren't gonna plant this year. But it's like, man, it's starting to tassel. But we're gonna have to, he's gonna get the guy to work this up, and then he can run the tiller through it. He's only done this one little section here, and he's got a nice little wagon of potatoes.
You watching this one?
Yeah.
I think these red might produce better than the Yukon Gold did.
The mud is wet too through here.
Well, that's what the straw does.
Oh, okay.
It's like a mulch. Straw keeps that moisture. Kind of a catch-22, keeps the moisture in the soil, but also causes things to rot. Like I said, you don't want to dig right on top of it. You want to dig at an angle, just in case you got more potatoes.
These sweat bees, flies, whatever they are. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you to this.
About there. Like I said, come over and look at this.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, so far I think the red are outproducing the white.
Well, we want to thank you all for tuning in to Siblings A&J Gardening. Thank you all for subscribing, liking, and sharing. We're trying to grow this channel, and we could not do it without your help. So we thank you all so much. And hit that notification button so whenever we post a video, you all can see it. You all stay safe and be blessed.
Actually, these were still growing. You want to pull them when they're like this, but as you can see, this came from this plant. So, but it's best to pull them when they're dead or died off. But we're in a crunch for time because we're going to be planting our greens soon.
Yeah. It's a nice breeze. Yeah, I think I will take a few home. Just let them sit out on the deck.
Yeah. CW top meat.
Do they have to be in sunlight or darkness?
Preferably not in sunlight.
Okay. Well, I'll take them downstairs then.
I ain't really got to do it for these friends over here. There's more.
Yeah, we're trying to get ready for our fall garden, which are greens. We plant broadleaf, mustard, and turnip. This is what he has so far. These were all the peas Jeffrey was able to harvest. That's why we decided to go ahead and just chop them down, pull them up. This is what I'm gonna go ahead and take home today. There's a few imperfections on some of them, so I'm gonna take those and let them harden off for 7 days, and then I'll eat those.